Boxenberger, here we go. What makes the Xbox showcase for you an 11 out of 10?
Well, we just talked about that. That's the handheld. Listen, if they really gonna show that, that's an 11 out of 10. But I don't think that's going to happen. Like I said earlier, I think that's the next gen thing, and we just will have to wait a little bit. But there are a couple of other things that they could make or do at that showcase to really elevate it to the next level. And I actually feel that they are going to do that because if you think about last year's show, which was awesome, there's no doubt about it. But many of the games that they have announced there, shown there, were more like in the double A space. You know, if you think about a game like Clockwork or probably South of Midnight and games like that, which I'm super looking forward to and I'm super excited about. This year feels like the year where they really come out with a lot of bangers. It's probably all safe guesswork. They won't all be there, but you know, we have Gears, Doom, right? Fable, Perfect Dark, Everwild. Is that going to come back? And so on. You can continue that list of big reveals, AAA games. And I think if they nail that pacing, you know, open the show with, I don't know, Gears or Doom, and then show us what Perfect Dark looks like, and then you get a release window for Fable in 25, and then you come out and show us of course, some of the already announced bangers that are coming this year, like Indiana Jones again. Give us a release date for that. And then you continue the next ZeniMax Online game. Dude, that has been in development for 9 years. 9 freaking years. At some point, they gotta show that, right? And so I feel like this is really the year where you come out of this showcase and you feel like, okay, they got the blockbuster, the quality titles. And they got that now on a continued cadence. And if they really can pull that off, I think this is going to be one of the best shows that they've ever had. And of course, we got to be a little bit careful because we say that probably every year. This is the year, yeah. But if I look back at the last 2-3 showcases, they have all been good, and the way was always like, okay, this one was better than the last year. This was great, but this one was better than the last year. And so, yeah, this year I feel like we are going to see a lot of these titles. I mean, Perfect Dark, yeah, it's been 6 years, so it's probably going to be there to some degree, and we will see it. And Doom and Gears are all but confirmed to be there. And listen, Gears 6, we've heard it, we know it. Yeah, the Coalition, they are masters in Unreal Engine. It's gonna be eye melting. And then we have Fable. They've shown us that last year, and I feel like that's a 25 title. So I expect them to have like really continued gameplay there. Then we have State of Decay 3, right? It's also one of these forever games. At some point, we gotta see that, and I feel like State of Decay probably going to be more in the mid of the show because they have to do a little bit explaining around that. But we know the Coalition helped out. They founded actually a second studio to focus on animation work. And State of Decay 3 is probably going to be that game that they always had in mind, but were limited in doing so because of limited funding and budget and resources. And so, yeah, man, it's going to be an incredible thing. And if you then sprinkle in some cool announcements from third parties, you know, you have probably going to be there Star Wars Outlaws. They had that on the show last year. It's gonna come out at the end of August. So yeah, we will probably see that. But if we get like, think about it, Tomb Raider, they have been very close to Crystal Dynamics now. And Tomb Raider, we hear it's pretty far along in development. So why not have something like that there? But if you talk about an 11 out of 12 announcement, they gotta do one thing, man. One thing. And it's probably not gonna happen, but
Yeah, listen,
it would
hopes and
elevate
dreams.
the show. It would elevate the show, and that is they have another partnership with CD Projekt Red on marketing, and CD Projekt Red comes out and shows the next Witcher.
Wow, dude, that's
That
big.
would be it, right? That would be it. But yeah, but overall, I feel really, really good. If you think about all these studios that they have and all the projects that are in development, and I haven't even talked about things that could come out of ABK, yeah, right? It's just insane. And then we know that they will show some sort of hardware. Sarah Bond has said that they have hardware for this holiday season. Now, whether it's the Slim, which is highly likely, along with a new controller, man, that controller, I'm looking forward to that. But maybe we get a little next gen tease. Maybe we get something like that. But we will have some sort of hardware there. There's gonna be tons of games. And we know it's not going to be Call of Duty in the actual showcase because they have a dedicated developer direct. So that's good. It's like, really, there's everything there to make this an absolute success. And I'm really, really excited. And Xbox kind of needs that, excitement again. What else can you do other than show great games, and they have them? And I'm more than ready for Sunday, man.
Yeah, I mean, great picks all around. I think that you put out a great palette of what could make this show an 11 out of 10. Listen, let's bring in Infinite Number. For you personally, Infinite, what can Xbox do for you to make this show an 11 out of 10?
Well, I'm sure many of you all in the audience and yourself, Boom, have guessed it, and my panel mates here. Stray being launched into Game Pass. 10 out of 10, baby. 11 out of 10. Okay, nobody fell for that one.
No.
I had to mute my
They
mic.
said
I
it
would
was
have
going to
laughed
be
to
Game of the
whoever
Year,
was ears
though.
out. Yeah, Stray and Game Pass. Yes.
But they were saying that should be Game of the Year at one point. I don't why is nobody excited? I don't understand this.
We got a little kid in big city. That's even better.
No, but for me now, I think that Oblivion, when you mentioned Jamie, was definitely that would be 11 out of 10 for me, because that's one of my Mount Rushmore games right there. So I would lose my stuff for sure. So 100% that. Box get it. That was a good one too with The Witcher. I would absolutely go crazy over that too. What if it's not necessarily a first party like Boxenberger was leading to, but some type of exclusivity or whatever to Splinter Cell? And we just hear that and a little light 3 dots come on the screen and we actually see gameplay finally.
Oh,
and
yes.
I'll go even further and do something that's ridiculous and say like they've acquired the license or the IP of Splinter Cell as well. Like imagine something like that. It's kind of crazy. But even just having Splinter Cell that a reboot would be an 11 out of 10 moment for me. It draws back to the original OG Xbox, where Sam Fisher was right at home here, and I think that would be something that would kind of ignite the fan base, honestly, get us all hyped, especially if you hear like Michael Ironside, Lambert, or something like that. You know what I mean?
Yes.
That would be pretty dope. If not that, I'll stick to something first party. I think we all expect Gears 6.
Yep.
I think we all expect possibly the Gears collection. What if the shadow drop is maybe the collection? The collection makes sense as a shadow drop, by the way. I want to throw that out there. Just to throw it out there, that if we had a shadow drop, the Gears of War collection makes perfect sense to be that thing. If not Towerborn.
Crackdown 4.
Yeah, Crackdown 4 wouldn't exactly be 11 out of 10 for me, but I'm sure Colt Eastwood would be very excited for it. He was very hyped for the past one, but I think Gears is an easy one to pick. If I had to say something that would shock everybody, especially with the hype surrounded about it, What if there was an announcement of Fallout 3 and 4 remakes being shown off there? And
I mean,
we
that's not
have
a bad pick, dude. That's not a bad pick.
and I say that only because we have it's been a lot of it's been a lot of excitement swirled around Fallout because of the show. You even had some of the people we know flown out and, or as we would say, flew out to Europe and everything like that. And I'm pretty sure that was tied to. Well, I'm not pretty sure. I know that was tied to Fallout, according to Paris himself on Kay Asante's podcast. He mentioned it. So what if it's like, hey, now he didn't see this maybe, but they were talking about I think Fallout 76 when he went. But what if this is right here? This right here is tied to or did he say Fallout or did he say something else? You know what? I almost forget. It may have been Elder Scrolls Online. I forgot what he mentioned now. But what if it's that they showed them that, but they actually do have the remake of Fallout 3 and 4 in the works, and that's shown off there, and it's in glorious Unreal Engine 5. I wouldn't be me if I didn't mention Unreal at some point. That would
I
be
mean, that's
dope.
your middle name officially now. So
Oh
I
yeah.
mean,
Oh yeah. So for me, I guess if I did have to say an 11 out of 10, Splinter Cell would definitely do it for me. One of my all-time favorite games, franchises, whatever you want to call it, IP. Having it brought back to Xbox, even if it wasn't exclusive, just to know that we're getting it day and date, maybe whatever, maybe a special little mission or something. I don't know. That would be really great to me. As far as anything else, as far as the show, I think we can expect. I mean, well, to be fair too, if they did do the handheld, that would probably steal the show. If it's if it's well done, that would probably steal the show. But let's just say some things that we can expect for sure. We can expect them to possibly bring in a lot of the Activision games into Game Pass finally, right? I mean, they have the COD special edition little, conference after this. It's very clear that they're likely going to be bringing past Call of Duty games into the service. So that's a plus. It might be an 11 out of 10 for some people, but I mean, bringing in, the Crash Bandicoots, the Spyros, the classic
prototypes
the
and
prototypes,
yeah,
all of that would be
singularities
really
of the
dope.
world. Yeah. So what about even the Spider-Man?
I was
What
going to
what
say if
what,
they
what
could work that out with Disney or whomever,
yeah.
and say, hey, can we get this over here? And yeah, even that would be pretty dope too. So all of those things, I guess we can expect. I think it's going to be a pretty hefty show.
Yep.
I'm trying to think of anything else that could possibly, what if they did this, Boom? And I think you would probably like this. What if they announced Banjo Kazooie 3? What would that do
Dude,
for you? Would you be
look,
hyped for that?
I'm gonna be honest with you, folks. You're gonna see a grown man cry straight up. Like I've been begging for this game. I am a platform guy. I think that it is, in my opinion. You see, I don't have kids, but my nephew grew up. I watched him grow up play games, so he's basically like my son, and we do everything together when he's here, and we play games, especially family games together, whether it be Mario Kart, whether it be Smash, whether it be Mario Party. One of the biggest things missing from the Xbox Game Pass categories is family stuff. And they have Banjo Kazooie, which made a ginormous splash on Nintendo. It was one of the biggest announcements. You ever watch some of those announcement videos for Smash characters? Bro, it gives me goosebumps. I don't want them to reinvent the wheel. Just take the original Banjo and give it the proper attention that you saw Resident Evil 2 get. If you can get a Resident Evil 2 remake level Banjo Kazooie of the original, I am freaking golden at that point. But yeah, that'd be a big for me.
I think they have room to really do that too. I mean, I just got through playing through the Astros Playroom on PlayStation, right?
Great game, dude.
Loved it, man.
Fantastic. You
And, you
said
know,
you platinumed it, right?
I platinumed it
Me
pretty
too. Yeah.
fast. The platinum, it doesn't take all day, whatever, but it's a fun game. Now the sequel is going to be really expansive. They said 80 levels, et cetera, bosses. All of that is dope. But what that did is show that like for one, PlayStation doesn't have to do this whole walking simulator thing, over the shoulder thing. They can go back to the will of classic, and diversity
Yes.
that they've used to be known for. But I think this also shows that Microsoft can do the same with these IP, that they don't push these games out there. Get us the Conkers, get us the Banjo and Kazooies. If they're, if you do it right and you actually put money and a budget behind it and a capable, developers, I think it could be something special too. But they just have to want to do that, and that's really what it comes down to. And I think Microsoft just has been kind of reluctant. I don't think they believe the audience is there for it, but that's unfortunate to me. And I think the obvious too is like State of Decay. Outside of that, and another one I will name that we haven't seen in a long while, Contraband. I expect Contraband to be there. So I think it's going to be a good show, man. I'm excited for it. I know you'll be there, going crazy at the show, Boom. So yeah, can't wait to see your reactions too. And I'm sure right after the showcase, I'm sure you'll probably pop up online or something like that. But yeah,
I'm definitely doing a show that Sunday evening. I'm just not exactly sure when the show is going to be, because obviously I have to get to LA to kind of schedule everything. So if you want to jump on, drop your bars and be like, hey, listen, I'm here. Let's talk about it. Greatest show ever. I'm going to send the invites out to a lot of people if you want to jump on, even if it's 10 minutes. Hey, give us, drop your bars and then bounce. But yeah, I'll be doing 3 shows. I'm doing Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. I will update everyone exactly when those shows are going to be. But Crazy Lou Gaming, let's get to you, brother. What makes the Xbox showcase an 11 out of 10 for you?
Oh, Mr. BoomStick, what will make it 11 out of 10? I mean, they got to bring everything to the table. Everything they have. I mean, they got to bring Contraband, like Umber mentioned. They got to bring State of Decay 3. They got to bring a little bit more, if they can, about Fable, Perfect Dark. Everything they have in storage from 2020 to now, they got to bring, into the table. They got to do that. If they don't do that, I mean, then that's not going to be a good thing, especially with what happened last week with, Sony State of Play. This is Xbox's turn to bring everything on the table so people can be like, wow, because there's a lot of fans of all those games out here. And so they got to bring it out, talk about it, show it to us, and also, give us when they're coming out, because we've been waiting patiently. This is like a lot of people say it's going to be important, but I've been saying this for a while. This is going to be their biggest showcase. I mean, they got so much games in stock that they have to show. That would make a perfect 11 out of 10 for me. If they show everything, give us dates. I mean, we got Indiana Jones that we still don't know when it's going to release. We got Avowed. So much stuff. And for me, like I always say, I don't know if you guys heard me talk about this every year. For me, a perfect what would be the perfect game is Doom. And so since I heard the rumors now, I'm like, they took away, the hype, because that was something I was gonna really talk about. It's like, man, they gotta show me Doom, and now I know Doom is coming. But yes, Doom is coming, so super happy to see it. And what else do we have on the table? I mean, the Xbox has so many games, also from third-party side, we got, I mentioned it, I said 88 Immortals, but it's 33 Immortals they got to talk about. Flintlock, that's another game that's been, kind of like on the down low. I already mentioned Contraband. What else is the other one? There's another one in there. Towerborn is in there. There was one more. But yeah, those studios they have made they had the conversation with and everything. They got to show them there too in the third-party developments, because seriously, they gotta bring everything and announce day and date for Game Pass and all that stuff. I mean, dang, it's gonna be big. It's gonna be big, and also they can bring the hardware talks. Awesome. Still, like I said, this is gonna be their biggest showcase. They got so much stuff to talk about. It's gonna be a fun one.
Yeah, I think there's going to be a lot of surprises. I think, again, we have a good idea of what's going to be there, Jamie Moran, but I'm interested to get, for you personally, what makes the Xbox showcase this Sunday an 11 out of 10?
Lost Odyssey 2. I will never give up hope for that.
I'll just take a remake of the first one, brother. A remake of the original, and I'm golden.
I've been wanting a Lost Odyssey 2 since I finished the first one, but it's such a special game. I think some people might roll eyes at this. I think a big backwards compatible drop. Obviously, that's just like a small thing, but the Xbox 360 store closes soon, so I think one last batch would make a lot of sense. A lot of fans would love that. I'm looking forward to Doom. I think we all know Doom's going to be there. It pretty much leaks. That's obviously going to be good. When it comes to third-party things, I do think we will see Dragon Age, Dreadwolf there. That'll be huge.
Oh, that's a good shout.
And EA, like they've put off showing that for years. Would I like to see the next Mass Effect? Yes, I mean, it goes without saying, but it's not happening. I think that when it comes to Gears of War, like we all know Ninja Theory, like they pushed, Hellblade 2 with the Unreal Engine 5. Like Gears of War, we've been waiting for a new Gears of War since forever now. It feels like so long since the last one. And there's the stuff with I think that I'm actually more excited for a Marcus Phoenix collection than a Gears 6. Just because like they did such an amazing job with Gears of War Ultimate Edition. They've only got 2 more games to do, and the first game was essentially remade. So if we can get Gears 2 and 3 out of that, but I think the major thing for me would be surprises. Last year and the year before, we actually had some surprises. Stuff didn't leak, and I feel like every year now, almost every showcase gets leaks, and it spoils the fun a little bit. I think in the past when Microsoft have had like big reveals, like last year, Clockwork Revolution, nobody saw that coming. It didn't even leak. So like, the big thing for me would be just surprises, really.